Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Allow yourself to settle into this moment, not as who you think you should be, but as who you are right now. There's nothing you need to fix, nothing to chase, nothing to hide. Just your presence, your breath, and this space of stillness. As you breathe in, feel the air entering your body like a wave of renewal. As you exhale, imagine everything unnecessary melting away. The tension in your shoulders, the stories in your mind, the noise that distracts you from peace. Awareness begins here, in the gentle recognition of what you're holding on to. So often we carry invisible weights. They live in our thoughts, in our hearts, in the quiet spaces between breaths. They are old stories, old wounds, old identities that we've allowed to define us. We hold on to them because they feel familiar. They've become part of our inner landscape. Yet deep inside, we know they no longer serve us. Awareness is the first light that reveals these hidden burdens. Take another slow breath. Ask yourself quietly, what am I still carrying? Maybe it's a memory that still stings, a disappointment that left a mark, or a belief that whispers, I'm not enough. Don't rush to change anything. Simply notice. Awareness is not about judgment, it's about recognition. It's about turning on the light in a dark room and finally seeing what has always been there. You might feel emotions arise, sadness, resistance, or even relief. Let them come. They are signs of awakening. As you stay with your breath, picture your mind as a still lake. When the water is calm, you can see clearly what rests at the bottom. The ripples of thought begin to fade, and what remains is truth. You begin to see that the things you thought were permanent are actually temporary. The pain, the fears, the attachments, they are waves passing through the vast ocean of your awareness. You are not the wave, you are the ocean. Notice the areas of your life that feel heavy. Perhaps it's a relationship that no longer feels aligned. Maybe it's a pattern of overthinking or a habit of seeking approval. Awareness allows you to see these things not as failures, but as lessons. Each experience that has come into your life was meant to teach you something about yourself, about love, about strength, about surrender. When you observe them with compassion, they lose their power over you. Now, let your awareness expand even deeper. Feel into your body. It remembers everything. Every emotion, every moment of holding on. Where do you feel tightness? The chest, the throat, the stomach. Breathe into that space softly, as if you're sending light there. The body is a messenger. When you listen to it, it reveals truths the mind tries to hide. Awareness of your physical sensations grounds your energy and connects you to the present moment. The only place where true healing can happen. In this awareness, you might notice a quiet realization arising that much of what you carry isn't truly yours. It comes from the past, from others' expectations, from stories that were handed down. You may have absorbed pain that was never yours to keep. And now, by simply seeing it, you begin to loosen its grip. The act of noticing is the beginning of release. Imagine yourself standing in a gentle stream. The water flows around you, cool and soothing. In your hands, you hold small stones, each one representing something you've been carrying. There's no need to name them all, just feel their weight. With a deep breath, you begin to drop them one by one into the stream. Watch as the water carries them away. Some may roll slowly, some may sink, and that's okay. What matters is your awareness that you no longer need to hold them. As you release each stone, your hands grow lighter, your shoulders soften, your heart feels open. You begin to realize that awareness is freedom. When you see clearly, the illusion of control dissolves. You stop fighting with what is, and instead, you allow life to move through you with grace. You see that the pain was never your enemy. It was a teacher guiding you toward understanding. The light of awareness reveals that everything in your life has served a purpose. Even the things that hurt. They brought you to this exact moment of clarity. And in this awareness, there is no past to regret and no future to fear. There is only the presence that breathes through you, the consciousness that witnesses everything yet remains untouched. Let yourself rest in this realization. You are not the sum of your experiences. You are the awareness behind them. You are the stillness observing the rise and fall of your own emotions. You are the quiet intelligence that has always known how to heal. As you sit in this truth, feel gratitude for the courage it takes to look within. Awareness is not always easy. It asks for honesty, vulnerability, and openness. But it is the doorway to liberation. Once you see what no longer serves you, you can choose to let it go. And so, as you breathe once more, let this awareness settle into your being. Carry it gently with you as you move deeper into surrender, deeper into trust, and deeper into the freedom that has always been your true nature. Say awareness is where letting go begins. Take a slow, deep breath and allow yourself to settle deeper into this space of stillness. You have already begun to see what you've been holding on to. Now, simply let yourself be here, not to push anything away, not to analyze or fix, but to accept what arises. Acceptance is the quiet recognition that what is happening is happening. It's the gentle voice within that says, "It's okay." When we stop resisting what we feel, something remarkable begins to unfold. The energy of healing starts to move freely again. For so long, we are taught to avoid discomfort. When sadness appears, we distract ourselves. When fear surfaces, we fight it. When pain shows up, we bury it deep inside. But the truth is, what we resist persists. Every time we deny a feeling, we give it more power. It lingers, waiting to be seen. Acceptance is the opposite. It is not passive, it is powerful. It is the act of opening your heart to everything that exists within you, even the parts you once tried to hide. As you breathe, imagine your awareness expanding like a soft light around your emotions. If there is pain, simply notice it. If there is anger, acknowledge it. If there is sadness, allow it to rest in the warmth of your attention. You are not here to get rid of these emotions. You are here to meet them with compassion. In this moment, you are saying to yourself, "I see you. You belong." When you allow your emotions to exist, they begin to relax like a child finally being held after crying for too long. Acceptance is not agreement. It does not mean that you approve of what has happened or that you wish to relive it. It simply means you are willing to see reality as it is without resistance. Because the moment you stop fighting what is, you begin to regain your energy. The struggle consumes you far more than the experience itself. When you release that struggle, a deep peace arises, a peace that is not dependent on circumstances, but rooted in understanding. Take another slow breath and feel the presence of this peace. Notice how your body feels when you stop trying to control every outcome, every feeling, every thought. There is a spaciousness that opens inside you, a quiet invitation to simply be. In that space, you begin to see that every emotion, even the uncomfortable ones, carries a message. Anger teaches you about boundaries. Sadness reminds you of love. Fear shows you where trust has not yet bloomed. Each one serves a purpose in your evolution. When you accept them, you allow them to complete their purpose and dissolve naturally. As you sit here, let your awareness scan through your life. Think of something that has caused you pain or disappointment, a moment you may still replay in your mind. Instead of pushing it away, invite it in. Observe how it feels in your body. You may sense a tightness, a heaviness, a slight ache. Instead of rejecting it, breathe into it. Whisper silently to yourself, "It's okay to feel this." Notice what happens when you stop fighting. The emotion begins to soften. The edges become less sharp. What once felt unbearable begins to lose its grip. This is the alchemy of acceptance. Sometimes, acceptance also means acknowledging that you don't have all the answers. And that's perfectly fine. Life is not meant to be fully understood, it is meant to be experienced. When you release the need to control, you step into the flow of life itself. You realize that every challenge, every loss, every ending was preparing you for expansion. You begin to trust that even in moments of pain, there is a greater intelligence guiding you toward balance and growth. The mind often says, "This shouldn't have happened." But the heart whispers, "It did, and now I am ready to heal." Listen to that whisper. It carries the wisdom of your soul. Acceptance begins in the heart, not in the mind. The mind wants reasons and explanations. The heart simply knows. It knows that everything that comes into your life has meaning, even if that meaning is not yet visible. Imagine now that every part of you that once resisted life begins to relax. The muscles soften, the breath deepens, and the thoughts quiet down. You start to feel an inner alignment, as if the universe within you has stopped fighting itself. In that harmony, you remember that acceptance is love in its purest form. It is saying yes to life as it is, instead of waiting for it to be different before you allow yourself peace. Acceptance does not chain you to the past, it liberates you from it. The moment you say, "This is what it is," you create the possibility of transformation. Because only when you accept something can you truly let it go. Denial keeps you stuck, acceptance opens the door to freedom. Now, take one more breath and feel the stillness beneath it all. Notice how peace arises naturally when you stop resisting your own experience. That peace was never lost. It was only hidden beneath layers of judgment and struggle. As you continue this journey, carry this truth within you. Acceptance is not weakness, it is strength. It is the quiet courage to meet life as it is, moment by moment, with an open heart. Peace begins the moment you stop resisting what is. Take a deep breath and allow yourself to sink deeper into this moment. Feel the weight of your body resting on the ground, supported and safe. You've become aware of what you've been holding on to. You've allowed yourself to accept it, to see it, to make peace with it. Now comes the most sacred step of all, the act of release. To release is to trust. To surrender is to remember that life is not happening to you, it is flowing through you. As you breathe, begin to notice how everything in nature moves effortlessly. The trees do not struggle to grow. The river does not resist its own flow. The sun rises and sets without needing permission. This same intelligence moves through you. Surrender is not an act of defeat, it is an act of alignment. It is the recognition that when you stop forcing, life begins to carry you where you are meant to go. So many of us try to control what cannot be controlled. We hold on to expectations, to people, to timelines. We think that by holding tightly we can protect ourselves from loss, from uncertainty, from pain. But the more tightly we hold, the more we suffer. The energy of control is heavy, it drains us. Surrender, on the other hand, is light. It allows energy to move freely again. When you surrender, you stop swimming against the current. You turn around, let go, and allow the river of life to carry you effortlessly toward peace. With every inhale, feel yourself softening. With every exhale, imagine releasing the need to control, the need to know, the need to hold on. Breathe out the weight of the past. Let the river take it. Trust that you do not need to figure everything out. There is a greater wisdom guiding you, one that operates beyond logic and beyond fear. When you surrender, you open yourself to that wisdom. You begin to feel that there is a sacred order in everything, even the moments that seem chaotic or painful. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of an open field. The wind brushes against your skin, carrying with it whispers of freedom. You spread your arms and breathe deeply. With every breath, you release one more layer of resistance. You feel lighter, clearer, freer. In this openness, you begin to sense that you were never meant to carry so much. Life is not a burden to manage, it is a rhythm to dance with. Surrender is not about losing power, it is about reclaiming it in a higher form. When you surrender, you shift from fear to faith. You begin to trust the invisible currents of life. You understand that the same force that keeps your heart beating, that turns night into day, that brings the seasons in perfect rhythm, is the same force guiding your journey. You are part of that rhythm, you are not separate from it. Now, take a deep breath and allow your exhale to carry away what no longer serves you. Perhaps it's a memory, a person, a belief, or simply the need to control how everything unfolds. Imagine placing it into a stream of golden light. Watch as the light carries it away with ease and grace. You don't have to push it. You only have to allow it. Trust that what is meant for you will never need to be forced. and what is not meant for you will naturally fall away. There's a deep peace that comes from surrendering to what is. It doesn't mean you stop caring or stop dreaming. It means you stop clinging. It means you trust that life unfolds exactly as it needs to. Even the challenges you faced were not punishments. They were lessons shaping you into the person you are meant to become. When you see this clearly, surrender feels less like giving up and more like coming home. As you breathe, feel the expansion inside you. The more you let go, the more room you create for joy, for love, for peace. The universe cannot fill a closed hand, it can only fill an open one. So open your hands, open your heart, and allow the new to enter. Trust that what is leaving your life is making space for what is truly aligned with your soul. There is a deep intelligence in life that you can trust completely. You don't need to control every outcome. You don't need to understand every twist in the path. The mind wants certainty, but the soul knows that the beauty of life lies in mystery. When you surrender to that mystery, you stop living in fear and begin to live in harmony. Now, as you sit here in stillness, whisper softly to yourself, I release control. I trust the flow of life. I am guided. I am supported. Feel these words vibrate through your being. With every breath, they sink deeper into your consciousness, replacing fear with faith, resistance with ease, doubt with serenity. Surrender is an invitation to return to your natural state of peace. It is a reminder that life does not need to be forced. It needs to be allowed. When you release the need to hold on, you find that everything you truly need has been within you all along. Take one last deep breath. Inhale trust, exhale control. Inhale peace, exhale resistance. Let the breath remind you of what surrender really is. Not the end of your journey, but the beginning of true freedom. When you let go, you don't lose control. You gain peace. Take a slow, gentle breath and allow yourself to feel the space that now exists within you. You have become aware of what you've been holding on to. You have accepted it with compassion. You have released it with trust. Now, what remains is something pure, a quiet stillness, a subtle light, the beginning of renewal. This is the space where transformation begins. Renewal is not something you chase, it is what naturally arises when you stop clinging to the old. When you let go, you don't fall into emptiness. You fall into yourself. As you sit in this new space, notice how it feels. There is a sense of spaciousness where heaviness once lived. The silence is not empty, it's full of life. You begin to sense that something fresh is awakening within you. A new energy, a deeper peace, a clarity that feels almost familiar, as if you are remembering something you had forgotten. That remembrance is your true self emerging. The part of you that has always been whole, untouched by fear, untouched by the stories of the past. When you let go of what no longer serves you, you create room for the energy of renewal to flow through your being. You begin to align with the rhythm of life itself, the same rhythm that turns night into day, that allows trees to shed their leaves so that new ones can grow. Renewal is the natural order of existence. The universe is in a constant state of rebirth, and you are part of that same cycle. Every breath you take, every thought you release, every moment you surrender brings you closer to that renewal. Feel this energy moving through you now, softly but powerfully. It begins at the heart, the center of your being, and expands outward, filling every cell with light. It feels like warmth, like a gentle pulse of life, reminding you that you are not broken, you are becoming. The past was not a mistake, it was preparation. The moments that felt like endings were actually beginnings disguised in the language of loss. Renewal happens the moment you stop looking backward and open your heart to what is unfolding now. There is a profound stillness that comes with renewal, a quiet joy that does not depend on external things. It is the peace of being aligned with yourself. It is the awareness that you no longer need to seek fulfillment outside of you, because everything you were searching for has been here all along. In this clarity, gratitude begins to arise naturally, not forced, but as a gentle recognition of the perfection of life's unfolding. Take another deep breath. With every inhale, you draw in the energy of new beginnings. With every exhale, you release the remnants of what once was. Feel the balance between the two, the eternal dance of creation and release, expansion and rest. This rhythm is the heartbeat of the universe, and it moves through you effortlessly. You don't have to force renewal, you only need to allow it. In this moment, reflect on how light you feel. The heaviness that once filled your mind and heart is gone, replaced by stillness and openness. You realize that renewal isn't about becoming someone new, it's about returning to who you've always been. It's about peeling away the layers of fear and pain to rediscover the essence of your being: love, awareness, peace. These qualities are not something you need to create, they are your natural state. As you continue to breathe gently, feel gratitude for the courage it took to walk through awareness, acceptance, and release. Each step brought you closer to this moment of freedom. Renewal is the reward for your willingness to let go. It is life saying, "Thank you for trusting me. Now let me show you who you truly are." Imagine now a soft golden light surrounding you. It moves through you like a river of peace, washing away the remnants of the past, renewing your body, your mind, and your spirit. Every cell glows with vitality. Every breath feels like a new beginning. You are lighter, brighter, and more connected than you have ever been. This light within you is your true essence. It has always been there waiting for you to see it clearly. You begin to feel a deep sense of connection to yourself, to life, to the infinite intelligence that breathes through all things. You are no longer separate from the flow of existence. You are a part of it, moving in harmony with everything around you. Renewal is not just an inner experience, it radiates outward. The more peace you create within, the more peace you share with the world. And now, as you sit in this presence, let a simple truth echo within you: are whole you always have been. What you've released were only illusions, layers that once covered your brilliance. What remains is truth, clarity, love. This is your rebirth. You are stepping into a new chapter of life, one guided not by fear or resistance, but by trust, gratitude, and peace. Take a final deep breath. Feel this renewed energy anchoring in your being, calm, confident, radiant. From this space of renewal, you carry with you a new awareness that everything you need is already within you, and that life itself is always ready to begin again through you. In surrender, you discover freedom.